All right.
What's good, guys? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever the time of day it is, where you at, man. Back with another episode of Loud with Zach and Rob. We got our special guest, one of my best friends, good friends from way back when. My point guard in high school, my ace boom, whatever you want to call him, man. That's my guy,
No, that's
man.
my dog.
My boy Trayvon. Appreciate you for joining us, bro. Tell the people a little bit about yourself and where you from, and then we'll get into what we're gonna talk about today, man, and give these guys a good episode.
I'm Big Brody. What's up with you, man? Appreciate y'all for having me on. Zach, what's up with you, my dog?
What's up, man?
Uh, man, a little quick thing about me is I just I, like Rod said, we basically brothers. Ain't no blood could make us any closer. Same thing that go with me and Zach at this point. So me and Rod have known each other since we was 14 years old playing basketball together in the
Yeah,
church. So me and Rod go back to walking across the town together and
man.
doing things late night after games and on the weekend and
Watching the
rap
wood
battles in the
before
car.
every high school
Before
basketball game.
every game, we watched the Wood. Now, before
Yeah,
I don't know if I told you this, Zach. So me,
Y'all
Black
didn't.
Bo. Well, at the time when Black Bo was there, but me, Josh, and Rob and Manny, right, every day before we like for a home game, we'll go to McDonald's after school and straight
yeah,
from McDonald's go straight to Rob's house. Right, we'll watch the Wood or we'll watch more than a game because that
yeah.
was when it had first came out.
Bro.
And my junior year and Rob's senior year, which was what your freshman year.
Yeah.
That was the team we had that was locked and loaded that year, bro. We
Yeah,
went in
man.
that.
We had a
We
chance.
really took that.
We
I
had a
don't even want to
chance
talk
that
about the
year,
chance
man.
we had. I don't even want to get into that. A
Yeah.
Not
chance is an understatement.
Jeremy Johnson.
Yeah, Jeremy Johnson went crazy. Shout out to my boy Jeremy Johnson, man. That's one of my good friends too, man. Y'all know who Jeremy Johnson is.
Hit
He was
me.
a former four-star Auburn quarterback. Y'all know who Jeremy Johnson is, man. That boy gave us 30 and put us in our misery. Not out of our misery. He put us in our misery.
Man, that
Chicken
man
Sword.
torched that.
Also, shout out to my boy Craig Sword,
Man, the
man.
craziest part
In
about
the
Chicken
NBA right
was,
now doing his thing. So
yeah, the craziest part about him was like he had almost a triple double, and he was hurt.
man had
He
like
was
10
barely
points, 9 rebounds, and like nine
and that
assists, bro.
like
And he was hurt. He was on like a sprained MCL, bro. Still
it
almost
was
gave us
some
a triple
it was
double.
some wild jump, bro. Bro, Jeremy shot a shot. Like we going into halftime, we done played a good possession of defense. The ball done rotated somehow. Man, he let it go and ran into the tunnel.
Yeah.
That
From damn
nigga
near
was
half
going.
court. I'll never
Oh
forget
my
that
god.
shot.
That was one of the ones I was like, oh man, like you going to halftime, like, bro, we got this, but like, dang, bro, do we got this?
You know
Like,
what makes it worse, bro? You know what makes it worse? I don't even talk about this out loud. Like, I don't talk about this to nobody. I'm not even sure I've ever told anybody this story. But since we reminiscing, I'm gonna tell everybody this story, bro. After the game, me and Rhett, we going to do our interview or whatever, and then Jeremy and Craig walking past us, bro. They dap us up. It's like good game and stuff. I was like, yeah, man, good game. Good luck in your future, whatnot. And as I walk in the door to go do an interview with her after the game, Jeremy was like, "Hey, Rob." And I turned around. I was like, "What's up, bro?" He was like, "Have fun in college, bro. Your season over with. But I'm gonna win state. I hit you up." I was
look
like,
at F word here, man. My bad.
I was like,
What?
okay, I thought we was friends, but okay, you know what I'm saying?
Why
Like,
would you say that, bro?
you know what though, bro?
I
Like,
got tears in my eyes right
what
now,
pissed
man.
me
What you
off the
doing?
most is about that whole situation is, bro. Jeremy was a better basketball player, but he loved football more.
Bro,
Like he
Dude.
really could have been
I
a
have
high level D1 basketball player.
I
This
Oh
have
yeah.
no
dude
idea
dropped
why
30
he
on
went to
us and then went to Auburn to play quarterback. Didn't even go to college to play basketball, bro. Just
didn't
put us
even
in the
try to
misery,
play.
bro, and went to play football, man.
I
And
And you
he
wish
know
was
he'd
the
a
have played
junior
crazy
at the time.
basketball.
He wasn't even a
and the
senior. He was a junior, bro. That
he
wasn't
was
even
a
his senior
junior.
year, man.
No,
So
bro, he had a shot. I ain't gonna say my teammate name, but he had a shot. He blocked the shot. I shot the three after I got it. So one of my teammates, something happened. We passing the ball. He down there. He pump fake. Bro, Jeremy just stood there. And you know how like you treat your little brother like it's just it's just some BS.
you
You
just
just
wait
look at
on the
your little
shoot,
brother,
you can just throw
and he just be like, "Wow, man, that's exactly what he did in the middle of the game, bro."
it.
He stood there. bro, he slapped it so hard it came straight back to me like a chest pass, bro. I swear. I caught it, shot it. That's all I could do. Bro, I
Man.
remember how I see I'm trying not to say our teammates' names, but it was my boy Ice. You feel me? He went up against he went up super slow against Dothan or Northview. He went up super slow against Northview. Man, they smacked his joint to the picture at the top of the ceiling. You know where the rafters be is. Like he really slapped it onto the wall on top, like above the exit sign, bro.
Shout out
From
to
the
my
goal
man,
to the
Matt Davis,
shout out to
man.
my dog, Matt.
Matty Ice, man. That's my dog,
See,
man.
I wasn't gonna do it, man.
That's the homie though, man.
I wasn't gonna do it.
Good times, man. We over here reminiscing, bro. That's a good way to
Nah,
start
fact.
off. But
Good way to
guys,
start.
we gonna hit y'all with some NBA basketball, NBA draft today. I'm currently in Reno, guys, with my family. On a little vacation, a little bowling tournament. So I'm gonna be in here for about 10, 15 more minutes, and then Trayvon and Zach are gonna finish up. But yeah, man, thank y'all for joining us, bro. So let's dive into it. First thing first, man. LeBron James, bro, got up at the ESPYs, gave a heartfelt, emotional speech, and had everybody on their toes because no one knew if he was about to say he was going to retire or play. Me personally, I didn't think he was going to retire because he wants to play with his son. But he got up there, man,
Exactly.
and he let the world know that he's coming back, man. Me personally, I feel like LeBron James is the greatest basketball player to ever walk on this earth. I know a lot of people have, mixed feelings and mixed thoughts about that. But
Shout out D.
all I will say is this, and then we can pass it to Trayvon, is that LeBron James is a pass first, score second player, and he is still the all-time leading scorer in the NBA ever, and his record will definitely not be broken because he's still playing for at least 2-3 more years. Rings are important, but rings aren't the most important. Rings are a team accolade. So we're talking about individual accolades. LeBron James surpasses Michael Jordan in every aspect of the game of basketball. I don't care how you look at it. I don't care how you say it. I don't care if you get mad. Don't bother me none. At the end of the day, LeBron James is the GOAT, and there's no debate in my mind about it. Next, Zach, Trayvon, what you got?
I mean, you're not gonna get a debate from me. I mean, I think that's pretty obvious. I mean, 4 rings ain't too shabby, and who says he's done? Who says he's
Hey,
done?
man.
Right when you think he's done, he might not be done. Who knows? But I mean, we all know we all know what Jordan was without Pippen. So, he was chilling getting knocked out of the first round. LeBron carried Boobie Gibson and crackhead we ain't even gonna get into it, but he carried some Jags to the finals before he ever went and got a little bit of help. So yeah, I'm glad he's back. That's all there is to that.
I'm just here to play devil's advocate right now because
I know you. I'm going to say, Trayvon, I know you feel different, so let's talk about it.
so
I mean, he doesn't. Yeah.
I love Bron. Everybody know that I love Bron, but everybody know I also love Kobe. I love Bean. But saying that, his airness is just on another level, bro. Like we talk about the stats and the accolades, and Bron is. If we're going stat for stat, accolade for accolade, of course they go hand in hand. But when we talk about just like, what's the purpose of basketball? What is the sole purpose of basketball? To get
To
the
win.
ball in the bucket. Yeah, to win and to get the ball in the bucket. Jordan do both.
I mean, LeBron's done both.
He has.
He's also
But
gonna finish top 5 in assists and rebounds too.
hey,
Well,
longevity
rebounds
plays
top
a
10.
part.
Okay.
Longevity plays a part.
Here's
Jordan
the
scored
thing, though, Trayvon.
30,000 points and he quit twice.
And that's his fault. Ain't nobody telling him to quit.
I ain't saying that, man. I'm just saying, like, he got 5 MVPs, he got 6 Finals MVPs.
Hey,
He
what
got a
happened when he
defensive
left
player.
though? The Bulls still won like what, 60 games, 57 games, something like that.
Yeah, Yeah,
while he
yeah,
was
yeah.
playing
Matter
double
of
A
fact,
Hey,
I
baseball?
got
hey,
you. Watch this, Zach. Watch this, Zach. Nah, Trayvon, I got a question for you, bro. Answer this question right here for me. Answer this question,
talk to
bro.
me. Talk to me.
Let's see what you're gonna say. All right. Say you have no knowledge of LeBron James, you have no knowledge of Michael Jordan, right? All I do
Right.
is I put you both of their stats side by side each other, and we can stop it at year 15. Matter of fact, since Jordan only played 15 years, let's stop the stats at year 15 on both players. No knowledge to either name though, just stats side by side. Who you gonna take? All right, then LeBron James.
I
There's
don't know.
nothing to
Hold
even
on.
talk about. If you
Hold on.
don't see the name Michael Jordan and you don't see the name LeBron James and you look at both of their stats to year 15, there's no way you're taking Michael Jordan over LeBron, bro. There's
I
just
don't
no
know,
way
bro.
possible.
I don't know. Hold on. Hold on. Give me a second. Give me a second.
He going to the tape.
I'm going to.
He go-
Hold
he
on
going to
now.
Don't
the
do it. Look it up, bro.
he
Look
going
it
to
up.
the record books. I mean, look,
Dog.
man.
LeBron
There's
passed Kobe and Michael Jordan in points on less shots, bro. Come on. What are we talking about here?
Yeah, but
What
if
are
I
we
went
talking
back and
about
looked at,
here?
if I could go back on Kobe tape and probably give him another 2,000 points off of long twos.
yeah,
Fair.
but I mean,
Fair.
Off of
I
the
mean, look.
emphasis of the 3-point shot that's in the game now. Like, not to say because Brian came in the dead ball era. I'm not
Yeah.
ever going. It's 1, 2, or 3. I just don't think it's.
I mean, I don't know, man.
I don't think
I
it's a
I think
unanimous. Oh,
I
it's
think
him.
one
It's
and
him. It's
two.
him.
I think it's 1 and 2, and there's nothing else. That I
Well,
just I don't like to be the bearer of bad news, but Kobe Bryant's
3 is.
not in their conversation.
Yep.
I ain't
That's
worried about
true.
what you talking about, man. I don't care
Now
about
you
what
know
y'all
what,
talking
He's
Trayvon.
about.
I'm gonna
not
give you this.
though. I mean,
Kobe,
he's not. Like,
how
all
is
right,
he not?
If
How is he
RIP
not?
to
if
him.
you ask me, am I gonna pick
How is
LeBron,
he
Jordan,
not?
or Kobe? I'm going to pick Kobe because I love Kobe. I love Kobe more than anything, bro. Kobe is one of my
How
favorite
does he
basketball
not
players.
deserve to be up there? He finished with 33,000 points. He finished
How
with
many shots?
5 titles. I don't care about that. The name of the game is
Why?
to shoot. If you scared to shoot, then what you out there for?
I don't know.
So it's okay
Efficiency
to be
does matter.
inefficient. That's what you're telling me.
How are you
Efficiency does
inefficient
matter.
and you shot a 4? How are you inefficient and shot out? Okay,
Trayvon, if you
now y'all
give
finna make
me
me mad.
40, Trayvon, bro, listen, bro. If you
If I
give
give you 40
if I
shots and you make 48% of them, that's not bad.
Was Kobe shooting 48%?
that's what I just he
I don't know.
wasn't
I'm
shooting
asking. I don't.
48%, bro.
Kobe's
Come
lowest,
on.
okay, 46, whatever. Kobe's lowest percentage that he shot, his lowest percentage in his career, as inefficient
Mhm.
as he was 37% in 2015 and 2016. His last 2 years,
I
he
mean,
shot
dude, he
40.
never.
He
But he
shot
never even came.
42%.
He never came close to 50% though. Like 46 is his
46 is
high.
you shooting.
Yeah.
What do y'all
Okay.
say? He's an
Well, okay.
habitual shot taker. He takes
Well,
terrible shots. So if I
you
shoot
talk about
40%,
longevity,
if I
right?
shoot 46% of terrible shots, yeah,
You talk
It,
about longevity though,
what
right?
about
he
longevity?
averaged
So
35 on
how many years did
45%.
Kobe play, Trey? How many years did
He
Kobe
averaged
play?
how much is that? He averaged 35 on 45%.
How many years did Kobe play in the NBA? How many?
20. The Dubsky.
20. Oh,
The
okay.
Dubsky.
How many years has LeBron James played in the NBA? Anyone want to tell me?
Yo,
Oh my God, 20 years, and
Kobe
LeBron
barely
has.
played a full season his last 3 years combined.
And
What are we
whose
doing?
fault is that?
His bodies. What are we doing? Like I can't hold that to it. He scored 33,000. He was third all time by the time his body started breaking down.
Listen, bro. Listen. Here is why LeBron James is who he is. LeBron James spends like
He takes
$1
human
to
growth
$2 million
hormone. What are we
a year
doing?
to take care of
He
his
takes
body every year,
HGH.
correct?
Yeah, it's called HGH.
Nah, man, he got that hydro chamber or
Yeah,
whatever.
the
You know.
hydro
He,
chamber. Yeah, he's the only
he
athlete that can afford it.
Hey,
No,
look,
man.
that's not LeBron's fault. LeBron has taken care of his body for 20 years. And no disrespect
It's
to
the,
Kobe. I love Kobe to death.
Kobe
But
took
Kobe
care of
played
his
20
body.
years just as well. Maybe Kobe should have spent a little
He
bit
played.
extra money on his
He
body.
should have
I'm
spent.
just
He should have
saying.
spent less time. He should have spent less time being as physical as he was. I would say because I think that had more to do with his body taking over than
And
anything.
that's
Because
fair.
Bron just
That
not
is
as
fair.
like when you look at how physical they are, on top of the like Bron. I use these terms loosely when I say Bron rest and like during possessions on offense and stuff like that. In them years that Bean had Smush Parker and Sasha Vujovic, and like there was no rest with him. There was no rest. He got to a title with a soft Pau Gasol.
I mean, there
LeBron
was
just started
okay,
resting,
bro.
though, bro. He
Pau
just started
Gasol
resting.
gets way too
I'm
much hate.
I'm
He gets
I'm,
way
I'm
too
talking
much
about
hate,
08.
bro.
I'm
He's a
only
Hall
talking
of
about
Fame player.
I'm only talking about 08 Pal. I'm talking about the soft Pal.
Yeah,
I'm
but
only
was that
talking
the year
about
Andrew
08.
Bynum just went nuts?
No, that was 09, wasn't it? It was the next year Andrew Bynum went nuts because it was the
I
year they
think that
won.
was 2009.
I don't
It was
know,
the next
but
year.
if
I'm
Kobe and
saying the
Jordan are
first year they
cut from
played
the
the
same cloth and Jordan can actually shoot 53% from the field and Kobe never
he
comes
shot
close to it.
he
I mean,
shot
I don't
Because
know.
I'm told
when we
every
look
single
at
day that Kobe
listen,
perfected Michael Jordan's game. So if Kobe perfected Michael Jordan's game,
I mean,
he
through
should have been
Jordan's
shooting what?
prime, he was routinely shooting 50% from the field,
Right.
50 plus from.
this is
Right.
this is my thing. Jordan is not shooting the same shots that Bean is shooting. He just
No, he's
like
shooting better ones.
so call it what you want to call it. If he shot a shot with no hands in his face at 50%, and I shot 46% with hands in my face,
All right, we're not going to
he
get
like
into this because
I'm just I'm
because
this
I
this is
agree with you on
basketball.
the defense.
Like
But but there you go. There's another argument against Jordan. No, I mean, you couldn't even
yeah,
play. I mean, you couldn't even
he
protect the
was
rim against him.
well, I mean, yeah, but rules changed. Like I can't hold that against him because they took Duncan away from
Why
Kobe.
not?
Like
They
how many
hold
more points
everything
would he
against
have?
LeBron. They hold it against
Bingo.
LeBron. They hold it against
Bingo.
LeBron that defense is less physical. Like,
Exactly.
but
So
we're
I
not
don't
going
want
to
to hear
talk
that.
about. But LeBron and Jordan's era, bruh.
So
Give
my thing
LeBron
about that is
3 years. Give
Bro, Michael
LeBron
Jordan
3
had
years.
plumbers guarding him, bro.
Give
whoa,
LeBron
whoa,
3
whoa,
years.
whoa, Relax,
Okay.
Come
bro.
on.
Give LeBron 3
Relax.
years of nobody protecting the rim, and he would average 40 points a game. I'm like, that's just it's.
All right, then.
I mean,
All right, then.
I think
don't.
that's
I mean,
okay. So that part I think is fair. I
It's an actual fact, bro.
like I think, like if
literally
we're
a
being
fact.
I'm
completely
not
real,
debating
in the
that part.
modern era, Jordan's ceiling is Kobe.
Y'all are insane.
Why?
Because
What? That's
Jordan
supposed.
is a mythical creature, bro. Like all that other foolishness that everybody be spewing about him getting guarded by plumbers, bro. I just saw a stat a few hours ago.
No, there was
where
some.
Jordan was bro. His stat a few hours ago was crazy. Like his highest averages start at like 45 in the playoffs. 45.
Oh yeah. No, I mean it's
43,
great.
44,
I
41,
like to make fun
39.
of the whole defender
His
thing, but
lowest
it's
playoff average is 29.7.
And how many shots
30
was he
points.
shooting a game?
I don't give a
okay.
many
damn.
shots was he shooting a game?
To be fair though, that he only averaged 40 plus in the playoffs one time. It was for 3 games when they got bounced in the first round, like he did the whole time before Pippen got there. So
Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't know. You know,
Wait,
anybody can
he
not
only averaged
anybody,
40.
but
He only
what?
averaged 40 wins.
I'm
He
looking at it
averaged
right
40
now.
against he averaged 40 against the Suns in the finals.
Oh no, I was talking
41.
about for a whole playoffs. For a
Oh,
whole
for
playoff.
a whole playoff. Well,
Which he
I
still
mean,
has
for a whole
crazy numbers.
playoff.
I mean, he was still averaging like
What did
for-
Dwayne Wade average in 2006?
Hold on.
like
See,
31, 32.
we talk about 1 year, and Jordan has years on his accolade. I don't give a damn. Like, come on now. Andre Iguodala's a Finals MVP. I don't care about like.
And that's why Steph Curry will never be the GOAT. Ever.
Oh my god. We
Andre
just take it.
Iguodala got an MVP over Stephen Wardell Curry.
Well, you can't be the GOAT when you can't be the GOAT when you get
because he averaged.
LeBron should have won in Finals MVP
LeBron should have
in the
won
loss.
when they lost.
If they could do it, if they do it for Jerry West, then they could do it for LeBron.
Oh, okay.
It was 8 teams in the league. That's why I don't respect any of the Celtics
Bro,
championships
yeah,
pre
but there was
2008.
it was still one team versus another team. Wait, you say you don't
I was
respect
about to
nothing?
say,
2008.
the pre 2008. Oh, my bad. All the Larry Bird stuff, but really not really the Larry Bird stuff because the Celtics have only won one championship on color TV and non-tape delay. So all of that shit really don't count to me when we talk about the Celtics legacy. Everybody else legacy counts. The Celtics, no.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really care about team legacy. But
For sure.
I'm not gonna lie. I've always like hated on the fact, or not the fact, but just the idea that Larry Bird would not be successful in today's game. But watching
Have they
Luka
seen
play,
Luka?
dude, it's really like my mind has just changed because like you're
Like
telling
what?
me that you're telling me Bird probably, no, not probably, like I feel like Bird's a more efficient scorer than Luka will ever be, and he's a great playmaker. So I mean, it's just a funny thing to think about, just because all these years we're like, oh, Bird wouldn't be able to hang with these athletes, but then we watch Luka and Jokic, and it's like Bird
So
probably would have been just
For the
fine.
record, I've never said that. I've never said that Bird couldn't
I
hang with LeBron.
have.
Because
I admittedly have.
Here's why I will never say that, bro. Here's why I will never say this. Now, I'm not comparing the two players. I'm comparing the way they play the game of basketball. Dirk Nowitzki and Larry Bird basically played basketball the same.
Yeah, I mean, one was like 7 foot and the other's like 6'7". So I mean,
exactly. And Larry Bird still got buckets every single night. And what did Dirk Nowitzki do? He got buckets every time he was on the floor. So Larry Bird absolutely would have been a dog in this era. I'm never going to deny that. Never.
He wouldn't have been a 3-time MVP, but I would never say he would have been a dog. He would have been a 3-peat MVP.
Probably not. Not in a row. Probably not. Yeah, he would have got one though, I think. I mean, Luka's gonna get one at some point, I would think.
If he don't lose weight, he's never gonna get one.
I was about to say, I
mean, the stats he put up this year, if the Mavs would have just been a 1 or 2 seed, he probably wins it. But I mean, so it's really just about team success, which I'm not a big Luka supporter. I mean, I think he's fun, but I think you need to be able to play some kind of defense to
when we was
actually
living together,
win.
You was the one that sold me on Luka. So like,
dude, I know. I'm like, I mean, but like, I was right. Like, he is really good.
You was right.
Yeah.
What you were saying was like, he deserves to be taken where he's gonna be taken at. Like, like he the real deal. He's legit. Like,
yeah.
And
yeah, I mean, like, and I stand on the fact he's great. He really is great, but
for sure.
I just hate. I hate players that get attacked on defense. I hate it.
And you know that's what's crazy. That's what started pissing me off about Joker in the playoffs because he was actually defending. And I was
that's
like,
what I'm saying, bro.
I was like, bro, you are killing my agenda right now. Like,
yes, bro. I like, there's nothing we can say. Like, I remember I had this conversation with a buddy, and we were talking to a few other buddies, and we were like kind of shitting on Jokic, like, go Embiid for MVP. He actually protects the rim a little bit. But dude, then we get to the playoffs, and Jokic is a grade A rim protector. So he's just out there. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing else I could say. I was a Jokic.
Even if he didn't play defense, it didn't matter. No one was beating the Nuggets.
I was a Jokic hater until
I dispute that. I dispute that. I don't
know.
The Nuggets don't win without Joker stepping up on defense. Because when he stepped up, he was taking.
Bro, they're outscoring everybody by like 15
No,
points,
but they weren't though. Every game in the Lakers series was close. It was a sweep. It was what it was. But I don't. If Jokic doesn't step up on defense, that's a different series.
Like, if Jokic doesn't hit 5 37-foot 3-pointers off one freaking leg, it's a completely
but now where was Anthony Davis the last 3 games though? And it was because Jokic stepped up on D.
Whoa.
No, I think AD played
That's
fine.
That's what we're not finna do. All right.
What
we're not finna do is sit here and say that Joker actually stopped AD. AD has been up and down for the last couple years. AD just couldn't buy a bucket and make a shot because Joker could not guard him whatsoever.
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying like
every shot.
I think everyone thought that the Lakers had a good chance in that series because they could exploit Jokic in the pick and roll, and he did not allow that to happen. He was not a liability in the pick and roll.
He did not. Like, he was
AD
hedging.
got
He was
everything he
putting his
wanted. He
hands up.
just
He was
couldn't score.
no AD, and that's fine because D'Angelo Russell couldn't get off. Right, Malik Beasley didn't touch the floor.
Oh yeah, I mean the Lakers didn't have a championship roster.
Jared
I mean,
Vanderbilt is a liability outside
Liability.
of the defense. Like
yeah,
I
everything that the
agree.
Joker did from an effort standpoint, just like the couple games that, or not the couple games, the games that the Mavs came back and won last year against the Suns. Luca actually tried to play defense last year during the
yeah.
last 3 games that they won. It makes a difference when that player that don't play defense that you used to getting these reads off of, like you like, oh well, I just get it next time, and you don't get it. It's like, God dang,
Unless you're
Okay, but
Steph, because Steph
but
just can't play
but
defense.
let me ask you this question. I was just gonna bring up Steph's name, bro. So I was watching on YouTube the other day, Marcus Teague or Marcellus Teague, whatever his name is. He told me, bro, he was like, bro, well, he didn't tell me, but he
Jeff
was talking
Teague
to a
or Mark
podcast.
Jeff Teague or
well,
Jeff
I'm about
Teague,
to
Marcus
say
Teague.
Jeff
Jeff,
T.
Jeff Teague, yeah. He was saying that he literally tried his absolute hardest to do everything in his power to stop Steph Curry, and he still gave him 40.
Yeah,
That
I
is
mean,
what Joker did the entire playoffs, bro. AD was in this man's face like this, and he's still hitting one leg 3 pointers from 35
oh,
feet.
definitely. But we know
Now
he's
LeBron
gonna do that
imagine,
on
can't do
right,
anything
offense. We
about
know
that.
he's gonna
right.
They
do
were
that though.
scoring left and right, up and down. It to me, my personal opinion from watching the game, it was just more of about the Nuggets being hot at the perfect time. They were hot all season long for the
Abs-
most part, but
Oh yeah,
they were
absolutely.
definitely.
right. They were hot at the right time, and they couldn't miss, and they won. Because nowadays, if we being real, we gonna call a spade a spade. Defense don't really win championships anymore in a lot of
Well,
sports. If we're being honest.
it
No,
never
definitely
did
not. Or the
because
Heat would be
it,
champions. So,
yeah, like
Agreed, 100%. And that's my point. That's
but
my
I
point.
think
They were
so.
like
just
Trey
hot.
was
You
saying,
weren't
it's
gonna
more
beat
of an
them no matter
effort.
what.
It's more of an effort
I was
thing.
about to
Like
say that's
yo,
the
But I
thing.
feel you. No, I do. I feel what
Joker hit a
Trayvon.
35 footer and then he come back and he deflect the pass, or he just put his hand up in the passing lane that takes away
Yeah,
the only good shot for the possession. Like,
right.
yeah,
But like in the
God,
regular season, he hits that shot and he's just nowhere to be found on defense.
yeah, yeah.
So I mean, yeah, it definitely that effort makes a difference even at the highest level. But I mean, all right. Well, we can. I mean, we it's a good talk so far, but we can kind
Yeah.
of move
That's it for
into.
me though, guys. I'm out of
Okay.
here. Peace and
all right,
love.
Brody.
I'll see y'all next week. Trayvon, I'll be on
Brody.
the full time next time when I get home, man.
All right, bet that.
All right, Rob.
All right, man. I
All
get
right,
at
brother.
y'all.
All right, okay.
All right, Trey. Well, we can hop straight into a conversation that we always like to have this time of year, and talk about this NBA draft that just happened. Um,
Man,
let's just start with the obvious, man. What do you think of Wembanyama, like just overall?
I think he's got to get used to the athleticism of the NBA. But other
Yeah,
than that, I don't think it's like I think a lot of people are more caught up in how he's playing. And he said something the other day that does make a difference. Like, first off, he already coming from another country, and as much as it's like, well, he's the number one pick, he got this and access to that. But when you're the number one pick and you're a generational talent, it takes away a lot of time from basketball. So he said he
yeah,
done spent less than 50% of his time in basketball since he got done with the season. So,
right.
and like that jump make a big difference. And then all the interviews he has during the season. So like, uh, I think he's gonna be fine. I'm honestly more worried about. I'm ready to hear what you got to say, but I'm more worried about Brandon Miller
Oh yeah,
because like,
we'll definitely get on him.
yeah,
We'll just kind of go
from an
down.
explosive standpoint,
We'll just probably go through like the top 10 and just kind of speak on it. But as far as Wimby goes, I mean, I've been on record saying that I am truly worried about the possibility of injury, but like it was a good point made to me that it's really not fair to speak that way just because I mean obviously I don't wish injury on the kid, but he definitely struggled with injuries overseas in France, and they like to say it's more physical over there. I think was he quoted saying that? I don't know if that was even real or fake, but I saw
well, he
that.
just I was gonna say I don't know, but
There's
that's a
aspects of it that there's aspects that are more physical for sure. I mean, you can
I was about to say I
more
think
so
it's from
put
a
your hands on people.
exactly. It's a full game aspect, but the athletes we
Yeah.
have along with the physicality,
Right.
yeah,
I mean, he
second.
and he was playing in the summer league. I mean, like, no disrespect to
Yeah,
these guys, they're world class basketball players, but I mean, what happened with Chet? What happened? I mean, like, they're very similar. Like, they're gonna be compared to each other a lot. Like, and Chet dominated the summer league, looked great. I still think Chet can be a great basketball player in the NBA.
I mean,
But
I'm
you know,
getting a little sold on him right now.
I
I
mean, dude,
wasn't
like
big
he
on him,
put
but
on the weight. He's showing that he's actually putting work in, and that's all he really needed because the rim protecting and the offensive ability is there. But just going back to Wemby, you know, when Chet got he went through the summer league, then he gets in those runs in the Drew League or whatever it was, and he goes against LeBron.
yeah,
Bam, he's hurt. Like not everybody in the NBA is LeBron with the physicality level, but I mean, there are a bunch of that type of body types and builds in the league. So he definitely should not underestimate the strength that the actual the I guess the wear and tear and the strength that the actual NBA season will bring. But as far as a prospect, man, it's incredible. Really, I mean, he's
so okay, so
yeah.
when because it's really a European thing when it comes to that. Like, so do you think that they are underestimating the toll that the travel and the
Most definitely,
practicing and everything? But
most definitely.
I don't. So I was my bad. I think I might have worded that wrong. Do you think that they are only speaking of the game and not that aspect? They're just speaking on like,
Yeah, that's what it seems like. It seems like when Europeans come over here and you hear them say that it's more like they're used to just like beating each other up. Like I'm not saying the European
yeah,
game's not good. It is. It's different. But as far as playing the best athletes in the world night in and night out, traveling all over the country, I mean, you got to think like the dude's been playing around France for the last few years. France is the size of what? Like less than Texas. I don't know.
I'm about
It's
to
I
say
mean,
Texas is bigger than France.
yeah, so it's everything's a little different, but and people are going to be really impatient with him, which isn't fair. But I think he's in the right place. I mean, if anybody can not mess up a number one overall pick, it's Popovich and the Spurs. So I think he's in the right place, and I mean, I think he's a future star as long as he can stay healthy and he's serious about the game, which that doesn't seem to be a
Yeah,
problem.
I was
So
about to say. So real quick, do you like? Can we go ahead and debunk this whole? First off, everybody needs to realize. I don't know if anybody that's listening doesn't realize this, but Europe is not a country; it's a continent.
yeah,
so,
all right.
so Europe as a whole is developing some really good players.
Oh man.
But the but to say that they are taking over the game is like,
No, that's
do y'all
stupid.
like are y'all serious? I love Giannis. I love Joker. I love Joel. I love Luca to an extent. I love Luca. But like,
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean,
we only named we just named five of them. That's it.
yeah, I mean,
That's
it
really at
show
the
I mean,
top.
obviously, like, the Olympics is the best show of that. I mean, who'd we take over there the last Olympics and wore everybody's ass
I
out, so
mean,
I
I look at the
it's
U19s and the U16s
oh,
and
dude. It's yeah, I mean, we're going through and it's good. It's good for the world. It's good for basketball that this is happening now. I will say, I was looking at this it was a stat and it was basically before I think it was like Czechoslovakia. No, it was I'm about to look it up.
Yugoslavia.
It was like when all the countries like Croatia
Oh yeah, it's
um
Croatia, Serbia, Yugoslavia.
yeah.
They were
Right. They were
yeah,
all yeah, Slavic countries
they
basically.
were
When they
one.
were all one,
Yeah,
like if they were all one team, I ain't gonna lie.
Bosnia, all of that.
That
Yeah,
would be a fun matchup. I saw the roster that it would be. It was like Jokic, Doncic, the Bogdanoviches. It
it'd be
it would
Nurkic would be there.
yeah, Nurkic. Yeah, it was dude. I mean, it was
Yeah,
loaded. But even then, you could put all them together and if US brought out their best of the best, right? Like it probably wouldn't even be close.
it
I
would
mean
like that's
that,
the thing. It just wouldn't be close.
but it's our the thing is it's our game. It's been an American game, so the fact that it is evolving and we're actually getting like consistent high caliber players from overseas, it is really cool to see. So I mean,
Uh,
and it's yeah.
yeah, American wise, football is top tier.
Oh right.
Worldwide,
I mean, yeah.
basketball is almost second to soccer at this point.
Oh
And
yeah, it definitely
that's
is.
saying a lot.
Yeah.
Like
Oh
that's
yeah.
saying a lot. So I'm
Yeah.
loving what it's doing for the game, but they gotta cut this whole
Yeah. I
they're
mean,
taking over.
they, you're always gonna hear stuff like that, but I don't know. I mean, we'll see. There's, it's good for the game. I'll leave it at
It's
that.
great for
But
the game. It's absolutely great for the game.
they, I mean, we're at the point now. Like, it's gonna be interesting. I guess the FIBA stuff starting up soon, so
Yeah.
that'll be
Oh,
interesting. Cause
I really can't wait to see Tyrese and
oh
Ant-Man
yeah.
in the backcourt
Oh,
together. Oh
I know, bro. And everybody was talking like this is all we can put out. I'm like, bro, they finna go run people, bro.
man, they finna what?
They,
And they finna
yeah,
have fun. They young.
yeah. And I mean, I don't think Giannis is playing for Greece. Wemby's not playing for France. I mean, yeah, that's the whole point, right? Like if the top tier players sit out for every country, which I mean, for the most part, right now they are. Like the U.S.'s best players are aging, so they're not playing in
Yeah,
this stuff. So we're basically using what we would call second-rate players, even though they're incredible basketball players. But
they're max
to
contract players.
right, max contract players are our second-rate players, and then if Greece is missing Giannis or Jokic is missing, for his country, and Luka's missing for his, like if those guys miss, I mean, they have no team. So I mean, it's
At all.
not no team. I shouldn't say that because they
They
are,
don't have they don't
but
have the team that's sustainable to
like I
be.
think right now Spain's ranked above the U.S. in the FIBA rankings. I
They
don't know.
all. I mean, I'm not gonna say they always are, but they're always
They
up
all
there.
they
They're
Yeah,
always
they're
neck
up
and neck
there, and I
somewhere.
think this is mostly because a lot of our top tier guys didn't end up playing, and I think Spain pretty much always has a full load of guys, but
Yeah, I
I
mean they
still
have
just
NBA rosters. They have an NBA. Spain
yeah,
has an NBA roster for sure.
yeah, they're getting old. That whole like Spain team that's been together forever though, they're getting really old too. So
Been
well, I
together all
mean,
this
then
time
that's
and
the
they won no
thing.
gold medal.
Right. As it evolves, like wait, who won it in who beat '04? Who won it in '04? It wasn't them.
Argentina. It was Argentina,
Oh,
wasn't it?
true. Yeah, duh. Yeah, Manu and
Yeah,
them.
Bottle.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that was long-winded to talk about Wemby, but yeah, man, let's
Yeah,
talk
my bad.
about. No, no, no. I mean, it's good conversation, man. But yeah, Brandon Miller. I mean, I've been on record. People know how I feel. I mean, obviously, I hate Alabama, but I am pulling for the kid. Um, I mean, I don't hate the kid because of where he went to school or anything, but I don't think he's going to be a super efficient player, but he's a bucket. And
He's absolutely a bucket.
when he wants to break down and play defense, I think he's a plus. He can be a plus defender. Not an
Yeah,
all defensive team or anything
yeah,
like
he's a
that,
defender
but
for sure.
yeah, he can break down and defend. And I'll let you go at it here, but my last thing on him is we really shouldn't be looking too much into the summer league. He is not the type of player that you want to have the ball in his hands every possession. You want to work him into an offense and get him good shots. Let him create a little bit, but when he's the one bringing the ball up the court and everything's running through him, I just don't think that's gonna
Okay,
bode
yeah.
bode successfully for him. So he gets in there with Lamelo and them boys. I think he can probably find a way to fit.
So that's why I like the pick personally because I felt like with Scoop, it was uh too
Yeah,
much of a guy that was all ready to have the ball in his hands. Like
I'm
Scoot just
still a
need to have his
scoot
own
over
team.
Miller, but I do definitely see where you're coming from, but like Lamelo, I believe he definitely is best with the ball in his hands. But I also think Lamelo can be successful off the ball a little bit more. I
I
mean, he's
think he could be
6'7" and can
successful off
shoot the
the
ball.
ball. I I think Melo can shoot the ball, but I think Melo isn't a sit there and kind of
No,
wait
and
on
I'm
it.
not saying if I had Scoot, I would want Scoot to bring the ball up every time and everything run through him. It's still run through LaMelo, but I think that it's one of those scenarios which obviously I'm not comparing them to these two on that level, but like LeBron and Kyrie, Kyrie needs the ball. LeBron needs the ball to make plays. Um, and they worked it out. I mean, it's just one of those, but obviously that would be two young guards from what we know, probably stubborn guards. So, yeah,
Yeah,
I don't necessarily think the Miller pick was at the time. I was like, man, I wanted to see Scoot and LaMelo together because they're honestly probably going to end up being my two favorite players in the league once our guys that we grew up with start to finally, well, that I
yeah, I
grew up
get
with.
that.
A lot of your guys are already gone, but you
Bro, my
know,
last guy, man.
yeah.
Can't
So,
believe they got my dog Melo out there. I'm never gonna let that down. I'm never
oh
gonna let
yeah,
that go,
no,
bro. The
yeah, it
league
just
didn't need to do Melo like that.
no, but that's just what happens when all you can do is score and I mean,
All you
but
can do is score is so
yeah,
it's
but it
so
comes to a
vague
point.
to
It
being
it
one of the
comes to a
best
point.
scorers ever.
I think it came 100%, but it came to a point with Lamelo or not with here I go. With Carmelo, it came to a point um where I think there were a lot cheaper options and a lot lesser egos that could put up the same scoring production as him late in his career, and that's kind of
Yeah,
what
that's
screwed him. And I,
I
but I
think
mean,
that's
hey
fair.
man,
It's just not having him on your roster is crazy.
yeah,
Like,
it's crazy. It is.
because he did take the vet minimum, so you know he would be willing to.
He
He got
started to
his
take
money
that role at the end. I think he took it. I think he accepted the role a little too late.
a little too late. You think?
And I think,
Definitely
yeah,
for sure when he what was it? He said what he said. He said, "Hey P, they thinking about me. They talk about me coming off the bench."
yeah.
When he
By
said
that
it at the
time, he should have
OKC
been coming
interview,
off the bench for a year.
I
And
remember that. I get
so
that.
that's you. I mean,
I love Melo, man.
oh, I
So
do too.
he a 30,000 point scorer that retired with 28,000 and missed a year because the league wouldn't let him in. Like it was
Yeah.
it
No,
was
it
it's
definitely.
30,000 points and to not get it by a, less than it was less than 1,100. I think it was
Yeah,
definitely less than
it
1,200.
wasn't
It was less than
much.
1,200. So like that was
He could
tough.
have got
But
it in a bench role for sure.
you get 3 4 years, like he could have got that. But
Yeah.
to the B Miller pick, like I think so. I like Portland getting rid of Dame or not getting rid of Dame, but taking
Moving on.
moving on and giving somebody that can replace that role.
Yeah.
So I like that, and it was only possible if the Hornets did what they did, and I like you said, B Miller don't have to be on the ball as much.
Yeah.
I think he can create a shot, but I think he's gonna have to find time to create a shot, and that's what bothered. So the PG comparison is spot on, but my biggest problem with
Yeah.
PG at this point in his career is PG still don't get to the cup enough for me. He don't put 2 feet in the paint enough, like we talk about when we coaching our girls, like. Oh, like
Yeah. I
you got to get 2 feet in the paint, and I'm worried that he doesn't have. I don't put him in the same box as Imani Bates, but when I talk about the explosion of beating your defender off the dribble, getting your feet in the paint, and being balanced enough, being strong and sturdy
Are
enough
you
to
saying
take the
Miller doesn't
contact.
give you this enough
Yeah,
or
Miller.
Pete?
I think
Okay.
well because PG already doesn't give it to me enough. So if
Right.
that's who he's modeling his game after, I don't think he's going to give it to me
I
enough, and I don't like that
Yeah,
aspect
I
of him.
think the biggest difference. I mean, I'd love for the kid to become PG. Honestly, if we're talking, I've been on here and on record to a ton of people that I hated the pick. I wanted them to take Scoot. Part of that was selfish because I love Scoot and I love Lamelo. If Scoot and B Miller both reached their ceiling, the pick was correct. I think, but just because of the fit, but drafting for fit a lot of times really screws teams over, and that's why I still will stand
So
on. I think
would you rather draft for fit or draft for BPA? when you have someone like LaMelo with the ball in their hand? I'm asking
If
that.
you want me to be honest, I think if you're not a contending team, which the Hornets are
Ooh,
not,
okay. Okay.
and you in today's age of look at what's going on right now in Portland. In today's age where the players have so much control, and I'm glad they do. I'm a proponent of that.
Yeah, I love it. I wish it was
LaMelo
a little
could
bit more
come
like
out.
y'all do
Like
it.
what happens if LaMelo, LeVar, all that? We know how they are. They come out a year or two, man. Screw Charlotte. This ain't the right thing. Get us out of here. Then you're gonna be stuck with no guard and Brandon Miller. I'd rather have Scoot.
Ah,
And that's why I think just with how much control the players have today, unless you're a contending team, like we saw with the Warriors, they pick up the white kid over a bunch of dudes that can just straight go get it. But it's
hey,
because they're a contending
so
team and they think that that's a better fit. But the
can I
Hornets are
just say
nowhere
this
near
real quick?
contending, and I think they
Nowhere
should have
near.
took the best player.
I don't
That's
mean to be rude when I say this, but the Warriors have got, and let me preface this by saying this again. I do not want to be rude, but the Warriors have got to stop drafting white dudes, bro.
yeah. I don't know what the hell that pick was.
Like,
I mean, maybe they prove us wrong.
what?
But you leave Cam Whitmore and Nick Smith. You have the ability to miss on this pick.
Bro,
You are a great franchise,
you
and you
drafted,
don't. Yeah, there's
you
no ceiling.
signed Lester
Even if the
Quinos.
kid is solid, the ceiling is nowhere near guys they passed on. And when you're a contending
Nowhere
team,
near.
when you're one of the
Yeah,
best teams
yeah,
in the league, why are you not going to take ceiling? That's why I
yeah.
just that. Yeah, I
No, you're
mean,
right.
I
You,
mean,
yeah,
at the same
yeah.
time though, if you're a near contending team, because I guess the Warriors, I mean, they won a championship 2 years ago, so they're
I
still
guess, but they're
contending.
more, yeah, but they're more
Um,
near contending
they're
than they
more
are
near
contending.
contending, so maybe
Yeah,
you
so
take
fair.
fit. Maybe you take fit, so maybe that's why you don't take Nick Smith because ball dominant guard. But my thing is, you took another guard. You just traded for CP3. I don't understand. Like Cam Whitmore on the board right there, a guy that doesn't need the ball in his hands to make an impact. We get the injuries, we get all that, bro. I mean, I think it was crazy. I think
Bro,
Cam
I don't,
Whitmore falling to 20 was absolutely insane, and it's showing already.
yeah, yeah, I don't see Cam Whitmore is gonna be, yeah, for sure. I don't see the point in trading Jordan Poole
Oh, that trade just seems awful, to
to
be honest.
not trade someone else who is for sure going to get you the ball in the bucket.
Yeah, I don't know what the Warriors are doing. I mean, honestly, I'm kind of happy about it because I don't want to see them win anymore. But
For sure, but
but
like,
at the same time, it's like, dang. I mean, it's still cool to see history, and I do like Steph Curry. So,
yeah.
and they're done, dude. There's no way in hell that team wins a
Oh, that shit's
championship with
over.
Chris Paul, Draymond, and Steph.
That shit's over.
Hell no.
They just making. I don't understand why, and I'll go on record
I don't
saying
know.
this, but whatever. I don't understand why the league is treating Chris Paul the way they treat him when a lot of people in the league don't like Chris Paul, and I don't like Chris
I mean,
Paul because he's like a. I love Chris Paul growing up.
you're
When I
saying you
got
don't know
older, I
why
was like,
they
God,
you're saying you don't
why
know
the
why
league is treating him?
his price is that high, or are you saying as far as
Well,
people hating on him?
the same way we talk about Melo, and all he can do is this. Well, if all Chris Paul can do is dribble the air pressure out the ball,
I mean, he
and
still
then
makes plays and he can score. I think
he can score a win in the regular season.
that's true.
His body
I
has
mean,
broken down his whole life. His whole life. Let me rephrase. Sorry, his whole career in the playoffs. And the older he gets, the more chances he continues to get.
yeah. I mean,
We got to do like
he
Rondo, who
does. He just
just
keeps getting chances. I mean,
like Rondo should be able to have as many chances as that. Well, we like
now that's a good argument. That's a good. Rondo, dude, I've had people. One guy in particular, I know he's gonna listen to this. Shout out my boy Chase, but he's got Rondo over CP3 all time. And at first, it sounds insane, but then you kind of think about it, and I still would say CP3 by a little, I think, but it's not crazy. At first, when he told me that a couple years ago, I was like, "What the hell are you talking about?"
I
But
tell
then
you what.
But then it's
If I
like,
put, go
yeah,
ahead,
I
my
mean,
bad.
Rondo contributed to the championship just 3 years ago. Very
Yeah,
much so contributed.
very
So,
much. Um,
but
if I
yeah.
put Russell Westbrook stats and CP3 stats next to each other, as far
Oh
as like
man.
their career,
Oh, I'm taking
it'd
Russ
be
all
it'd be
day.
it'd be real hard not to take Russ. Is all I'm saying.
I think you're
It'd be real
insane not to
hard.
take Russ.
It'd be real hard not to take Russ' career over Chris Paul.
I think you're absolutely insane. Chris Paul never won an MVP. I mean, you at least got to get
So
that. He ain't even ever. I'm not gonna say that. I'd be curious to see if he's ever finished like top 3 in MVP voting. I feel like he may have.
I think he
Maybe in
did in was
New
it
Orleans.
'07? It was the yeah, it was in New Orleans. It was like the year he was on the cover of 2K.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be like. Let me see if I
It
can
was
get it.
2K8
2K5.
with that was 2K8 when he was on the cover.
No. Yeah, it was 8. Why did I think it was 5? 6 was Shaq.
That's yeah. 5 was
Anyway.
Bill Wallace.
Oh yeah. You're right. Yeah.
I
Well,
remember 5 so much because that's what NFL 2K5 came. Oh
bro,
man.
what a game, man!
Oh, what
God,
a
we
game.
could do a whole pod episode on the
Oh
greatest
my
football game ever made, bro. I got to sit there and play against Steve-O, bro, and I was only like 7 years old. That was awesome, dude. I didn't know what the hell was going on, but it was cool. But yeah, great game, man. Shout out NFL 2K5. But yeah, let's go over that Scoot pick. We've already touched on it a little bit. I love it. I think he's a great heir apparent to Dame. I think it's awesome. I love Scoot. I love his game.
yeah,
I
absolutely.
I think he could be Russ 2.0, hopefully with a better jump shot. So yeah, I mean that'd be my take. I mean, similar to Ja, hopefully just not an idiot. So, but
Nah, he
yeah,
got too many siblings to be an idiot.
yeah, I love Scoot, man. He's my favorite player in the draft.
7 of them.
S-
God
Yeah,
damn.
so yeah, he's got a lot of siblings. But yeah, I mean, just quickly, we've already talked on it, but I'm assuming you love the
Yeah,
Scoot pick.
I love Scoot. So the biggest thing that like, so I saw Scoot right before he was going to the G League. So he was committed to Auburn. And he played my
Oh
little
yeah,
brother's
don't you don't
team,
gotta remind me about that.
bro. He, you know what? Like they talk about a kid, they like, bro, you can't turn it off and turn it on. He was like, he wasn't the first kid that I see because I played against a couple kids that could do it, but like he was the kid that like I seen on the court from an adult perspective. I was like, oh my god, he just turned it on, and bro, he
Yeah,
turned it on to like a single possession, like caught it at the 3/4 court line, one dribble, 2 steps, banged it out. I was like, God dang, and it sucked because it was against my little brother team,
yeah,
but like,
but he's tough,
so
man.
right, and so to see him jump to the G League, it was like, dang, that's crazy. And then to see him progress, I mean,
I
it
mean,
was
he had a lot of
the
success
kid been,
there against grown men.
bro.
So
He's been ranked rated a top 2 pick since he was a 10th grader.
yeah,
Like
I mean
I
it.
I have the
Yeah.
utmost faith in that kid because I mean he's
He keeps
physically
living up to it.
ready.
So
He keeps living up. He's physically ready. When he went against Wimby at the beginning of the year, he went crazy.
yeah,
And like, I mean, and in the summer league right now, like you can tell that he's a pro. You can tell he's
yeah.
been a
He got
pro. You
hurt.
could.
Has he? Did he come back? Did
He
he come
didn't
back?
come back yet, but
Yeah, no. But I
I mean,
mean, the little bit you saw, like he wasn't shooting great, but you could tell it's
no,
there.
yeah, and I love that pick. I mean, I think him and Shaden are gonna go crazy, but I can't wait to see what Ant
Oh,
Simons do over there. Like, I'm
yeah. I
big on
think
Ant
those
Simons.
three. If Shadon can play the three a little, I those three, man, that's an
I
exciting.
I think one of them needs to come off the bench.
You
I
do?
think right. I think so.
If I'm bringing one off the
Obviously,
bench, then I think I bring Simons off the bench.
I, obviously because you kind of want to give him his own space.
Yeah.
But I think Simons is gonna have to leave to go get his own second fiddle role, or maybe he'll try to be a
I
first
mean,
option
I
somewhere
don't
else.
know. I mean, he could be a
But
1 or 2 there. I'm not sure Shadon. I think Shadon's gonna be great, but I'm not sure he's a 1 or 2 on the scoring end as an option. We'll see.
I think that's fair.
But now on a bad team, yeah. But like I would like to think the Trailblazers could get it right and they're a good team and Shadon's a third option, averaging 15, 16 a game, and he gives you good defense, great athleticism, rebound. He gives you everything, really. If his
Yeah,
motor will go, Shadon can do everything.
if his motor will go. He need that Jamal Murray motor, not the Andrew Wiggins motor.
Facts. Yeah.
He need that
Uh,
Canadian motor. So yeah, Scoot for sure. We all root for Scoot. We all
oh,
know how
yeah.
we feel about
Yeah,
that
yeah,
one.
yeah. Love Scoot. So we'll kind of pair 4 and 5, the Twins. Um,
So you're
I'm
not
not.
big on the star,
I'm
which
not.
is okay.
I look. I'm pulling for these kids, man. I mean, really, like two brothers, twins, back to back. Great story. They seem like great kids. I'm pulling for them. I think Overtime Elite is a fraud. I think that they set the whole thing up last year and the year before for it to be a highlight tape for them, and it worked. So, fraudulent. I mean, as in, I don't think it's real basketball, but the
For sure.
business
For
plan
sure.
worked. The business plan worked. So they're going to get more
Not real
kids in now.
basketball yet.
Yeah, I think maybe it could get there, but nobody was on those kids' level, dude. I mean, I think they might have had another one drafted the other night, but yeah, I mean, nobody was on the Thompson twins level. But I mean, besides that, like I think Amen, he's got a complete game. He's more polished. You know, he could score a little, but I think the playmaking and the defense really come in. But I see Asar as just a, and there's nothing wrong with this, but the top, I say bust because he got picked fifth. I'm not saying, I shouldn't say bust, but I think if I had to choose anyone out of the top five to be a bust, it'd be Asar because I don't think there's any offensive ability there outside of getting rebounds and putbacks or just cutting to the basket. And if that's all you're getting offensively out of a top five pick, typically that's going to be considered a bust. But that's
Yeah.
just kind of where I'm at on it. The kid's defensive ability and motor is insane. So at the end of the day, he could work his way into fitting the bill for that pick and it'd be fine. The Pistons are loaded with young talent. So if he can find his way on the floor, all right. But you know, we talked about this the other day. Um, but I didn't bring up this name. You know, I love the kid. He came from Auburn. But you know, Isaac Okoro comes to mind. Like
Uh,
just
uh,
athletic, great defender, but he cannot score. And
yeah.
I think that's, you know, Isaac's going to get looked at, as much as it hurts to say where he got picked, he's going to be looked at as a bust. But he does his role on that team, which is nice, but Isaac needs to be able to knock down that corner three, and then I think he would fit the team very well. But yeah, they remind me a lot of each other, All-Star and Isaac. Maybe that would be
I
my,
can see. Okay.
yeah.
I can
But
see that.
yeah, I'd love to hear your take on both the twins. And
So,
yeah.
a man is. I think a man is the one out of the
Yeah.
twins, of course. But I I like Asar, but I like athleticism on the court. I think you
Yeah.
need
And yeah.
athleticism on the
He
court.
can give you that.
I,
Yeah.
so after I watched the game last night, I understood what you were saying,
Yeah.
and I, I'm not gonna say I agree just yet, but again, I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
So
and that's more of what it is for me. I'm not stuck
yeah,
in my ways on him not being worth that pick. I just think all we have to go off of is, I mean, I don't like judging off the summer league, but I can't look at college ball. He's just playing against whoever in OTE, and it's like, yeah, cool. He jumps, he runs, he plays defense. So does everyone in the NBA. So
yeah,
not everyone, but you know
yeah,
what I'm saying.
yeah.
But
I
he's
know. I
got
get what you're
elite
saying.
athleticism. There's no doubt about
Elite,
that. But it only
elite.
gets you so far. So,
It does only get you so far.
but we'll see. I
Yeah,
mean, we'll
I,
see.
I
I
I'm willing to
yeah.
see. Like I said, I'm big on the twins though. Mainly
Yeah, I mean,
because when
yeah.
it's twins that are like the Morris twins, when
Yeah.
it's twins that are kind of the same size, and I guess I'm more so big on them staying in the league for a long time more than I am them being superstars.
Yeah,
Like
and that's fair. I think they'll be good pros. I mean, so are the Morris twins. I mean, not that
I
they're very similar, but like, yeah, I see what you're saying.
and I think when you take a top 5 pick, you got to pick a pro. You
Yeah,
got to pick somebody that's gonna be there for some
yeah,
time, even if they're not in your situation because things don't work out. They're able to be in the league. Like we can
yeah.
name some top 5 picks that didn't make it to their second contract.
No, 100%. And I think that the Pistons ultimately made the right pick just because All-Star's ceiling is high, and I do think Anthony. We're about to get on him, but I think Anthony Black is the better player, but he doesn't at all work with Cade Cunningham, and you know that Cade's just so good. You
Yeah,
know that too. You're building around. You know you've got
yeah.
Ivy. You've got too many backcourt players. Osar
Dude, you
can
need to
play
get
the
rid of
three.
Killian Hayes. Oh my
Oh yeah,
god.
yeah, I'm not even worried about him. But Black just didn't fit there. I do think Black was the best player available, and he just didn't fit. I do think it was. I guess it was too high for Jerace Walker, but I think that pick would have worked there. Um, but yeah, I mean, I think
Only because you got Jalen
yeah, and then they have
Durant.
Wiseman,
Yeah,
and Wiseman's
and Wiseman. Yeah,
Wiseman's looked good. It's summer league, but he's looked good. I'm excited
yeah.
for him. I like him a
I'm
lot.
happy to see him on the court. I'm just
Yeah.
happy to see that
Dude,
man
he's
on the
so
court. But
talented. And they just re-signed Isaiah Stewart too. So the team's loaded, man. I mean, you got Bogdanovich at the 3 too. I mean, the Pistons are just loaded with talent. It's just staying healthy for Cade and then everybody just gelling in around him. So at the
yeah,
end of the day, maybe they looked at that 5th pick and they said, "All right, who can gel the best?" And that really might be Asar. So,
I mean,
you know,
I think because of who they drafted, and that's another reason. So remember, I said I think the top 5. I think everybody in the top 5 got it right, but mainly
yeah,
because
I would
everybody
still agree with
got
that.
the person that fits their team the best. Obviously, when Wemby was
Mm,
didn't matter who you were gonna take him because he fit your team the best.
yeah,
And after that, like, B Miller fits. Like you gotta have somebody that can shoot for
yeah.
Melo on the outside also. So Scoop fits because you gotta have somebody that take over Dame. A man, we get it. Best athlete in the draft,
Probably the
second
best
best.
playmaker.
Yeah,
Well,
probably.
yeah,
I
him
think
him and Black.
yeah, because neither of them can actually shoot the ball either yet.
No, but they're both
They both shoot
oversized guards that can get to the cup, and
six,
they both
7 point
rebound, which
guards
is
are
huge.
crazy. Six,
Yeah.
7 point guards are
Well, that's why I
crazy.
love Anthony Black, dude. I mean, everybody's
Yeah,
upset that the Magic keep picking guards, but like, you can't pass on that kid.
you
I mean,
can't. And
honestly, dude, I think
Jalen
Black.
Suggs is not a point guard, so I don't know
No,
what
I
y'all
mean,
really.
I guess they're talking about Cole Anthony, and I guess Markel Fultz is
Uh,
still there, right? But like,
bro,
nah,
Cole
dude, and
Anthony is a 6 man,
yeah,
and
he's perfect for it, dude. He can get,
that's
he just comes off, he gets buckets, and he goes and sits back down.
he's got a lot of energy, but he does not need to be your front horse. Like
No, but
not
Anthony
when you
Black
got
is.
Paolo out there. No.
I think
uh,
Anthony Black. If Anthony Black can develop a consistent jumper, he's gonna be a very good pro for a long time. And
yeah.
even if he doesn't develop that, I think he plays a long time just because he's physical as hell, dude. I mean, he's not one of those 6'7", 6'8" guards that just
No,
flashy.
he's a
Anthony
football player.
Anthony Black gets in it. He gets active, and he
He's a
showed that
Texas
against
boy.
Auburn last year. He whooped us, bro. I mean,
I like him.
yeah,
he put
I
that.
do
He put
too.
a little bit of that light skin. That light skin hate the rest.
he, yeah, he's tough for a light skin.
He's
Yeah,
tight. He's tough for a light skin, man.
yeah. Um,
Uh,
yeah, I
I
think
guess we didn't hit him.
the next pick's Bilal. I think it's the worst pick in the draft. I don't even think it's close.
Man,
So,
so here's the thing about it.
well, I
Here's
don't
the
know.
thing
We got
about it.
Jet Howard at 11, so it's one of those.
So here's the thing about Jordan Hawkins is right there.
Yeah,
Okay.
Hawkins is the better shooter. They both do the same thing, and Hawkins does it at an elite level. I don't. It doesn't make any sense.
Hawkins will punch some shit.
Yeah.
Like Bilal, I mean what else you got to lose when you the Wizards? Right now, what else do you have to lose?
Bro, I don't know.
You
I
can
just don't
get
know why. I get like.
listen, you can get somebody that's from America that understands that the Wizards are
So do
going
you
to
think the
be a
Wizards just did it so they could be the worst team in the league?
yeah.
But like, will they be though? Like Jordan Poole and Kuzma are going to get a lot of points.
Here's the problem with being the worst team in the league. This ain't the NFL.
Yeah, you
You
don't
don't
know if
get
you
the
even get the
pick.
top pick. That's what
Like,
I'm saying. So why draft this guy? I don't look. Maybe I end up wrong. I'm wrong all the time. I'm
I
not
mean, I
even
think he's a
famous.
good
I'm
staple
not
for how you
famous
want
for
your
this shit.
defense.
But like, I truly think Bilal does nothing. I don't know, but maybe I'm wrong,
I,
man. I mean,
I think he'll be perfectly fine defensively. I think he'll be. I think they'll turn him into a 3-and-D because I think he already. I don't think he's a
yeah, but
person that. Listen,
3-and-D is 7 in the trap.
I
I
get
just
it.
like
I
it's
get it.
like,
I get it. But it's the Wizards.
but like, I don't
They
know. You've
drafted
got
John
Kuzma.
Wall and Bradley Beal and they couldn't get it to work.
You've
Why?
got
Why try right
Kuzma,
now?
and you've got Poole. You've got two pretty legit. I mean, guys, you can. I don't necessarily know if you build a
We gonna
champion. You
say they
can't.
could. I was about to say we
You
gonna
you can't
like.
build a championship roster around them, but you can build a Wizards roster around them. I mean, I think like, I don't know, man, like a Jarace Walker or like,
Well,
if you want to take upside, I know you don't. I know you don't like the Taylor
fair.
Hendricks pick.
Okay.
I know you don't like the Taylor Hendricks
Yeah, I
pick.
don't.
But if you want to take upside, bro, Taylor Hendricks' upside is better than Bilal's. I mean, I'm not saying I don't know. They're both very risky, but but Jarace is the safest player there. Jarace, I feel like you're gonna get probably 10-8 from Jarace as a rookie, and it should just go up from there. My voice just cracked, but yeah,
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, I don't like the pick, but I don't like the Wizards either.
I don't either. It's not
So,
like I care for them to do good, but it's
like,
just like,
hey, if they pick somebody that messed up their draft and their process, that's just on their management and how dumb it's been since before Michael Jordan got
I mean, they killed the
there.
trade with the Warriors. I mean, they
Did they
got.
really?
Oh, I think so, right? I mean, they got what they give for Poole? They
I
got
mean,
Poole and
okay,
a
so
pick for Paul, right? Yeah.
okay, okay, they killed the trade, but what is the Wizards playing with the trade? Because
I mean, yeah.
I don't
Just
see a kid in
assets,
college,
accruing assets.
right? I was about to say, like, you gonna have to trade for somebody to come to the Wizards because I don't see a kid
No, I mean,
right
I think
now
at
in
some
next year's
point
draft. I mean, what
I
do you
could
see?
see it.
That are they saving up for Cooper? For Cooper
I mean,
or Cameron Boucher?
I could I could easily see Poole blowing up the next couple of years, and they end up having to move him.
He'll
Just
average
because
25 this year. Okay,
Just because
okay, I
by
can see what
I
you're saying.
mean,
Like,
because by the time his contract's up, I don't think he's gonna want to go back to Washington. So I mean, it's an asset game, and you weren't gonna Chris
he's so
Paul. If you would have
Wisconsin.
kept Chris Paul, there was no way Chris Paul's value is never gonna get higher than Poole in a first. I mean, that they very much so capitalized on that, in my opinion. But because
Absolutely.
it started off not looking good, getting Paul and whatever else for Beal. But they turned it around. I think they ended up getting a pretty good haul for Beal. Um, but I guess we'll see how it goes. We both talked about how much we love Jarace Walker. He's gonna fit
Yeah,
honestly just very, very well with the Pacers. The Pacers just continue to kill it and keep
I was about to say I love the
building a good
Pacers
team. Yeah, I
upside.
mean they're really building what we hope to be a monster. We're both huge Halliburton fans.
I love Halle.
Um,
I love
you
him.
know,
That's my guy.
yeah. We got text receipts of me telling
Literally
Trayvon in
since
2020
2020.
that Halliburton was gonna be what he is. So I will
Yeah.
plant my flag on that. Cason Wallace, great pick, great pick. He's gonna be
So
perfect for the Thunder.
is
I
he?
love him.
Is he
I do.
Shay's
I think
backup?
so.
That's
Yes.
where I'm confused.
Yes, he's either Shea's backup or he's someone you can just kind of throw in the starting five. He's another like Lou Dort type
Because
player
you
in
could
my opinion.
do you think you throw Shay into at the two?
No, I mean I don't think Kaysen has to have the ball. I think Kaysen at 10 is when you start looking for okay, what can these guys do for my team, and Kaysen can come in and defend at hopefully eventually an elite level, and
Okay. I mean,
He's
he's a
got good
pro for
size at a
sure.
guard. Yeah, he's a pro, and that's like we're not talking about the top 5 anymore, where you want to get the biggest ceiling.
No,
Like
listen,
Cason Wallace can be an all defensive type guard, and with how many picks and how many star caliber players the Thunder have, you love a gel guy like that.
I don't think you should be drafting anybody that is not a pro, but we see it so often.
Yeah, Bilal's not a
So,
pro.
so I like to. You hate him.
He's
So
no, I don't. I mean, I'm just saying he's not. Like he's like 180 pounds or some shit. Like
he's
I
like
not
6'5".
no, okay, my bad. He's like 150 pounds. That dude is 180. I said that like that's small. There's a lot of guys 180 very successful. That was stupid. But yeah, I just don't see. Anyway, go ahead on Kaysen.
No, I don't have anything to say because
Oh, okay.
my biggest thing was where is he gonna fit? Like
I
if
just
they
think he's
do
a
that,
gel guy. I think he's. I think. I
I
don't think
like
you
it.
have to find a
When you say
spot
it
for
that
him. I
way, I
think
like
he
it.
just. I just
Plug
think
and play.
yes, he is. He's a plug and play guy. He showed it. He showed it, and he showed it in a system that's hard to show that in. I mean, Cal's
It
system is designed to create stars, and
it is,
I
but
Kaysen wasn't. Yeah.
I do think Cal does it. My bad. I think Cal does.
Oh,
I
he's an
want to give him his
amazing
flowers
player
real quick.
developer.
I
Amazing
think
player
he does
developer.
a good job at getting players ready for the league. I think too
Oh,
many players go in
100%.
there trying to be a star because you
Yeah,
got your
exactly.
Devin Booker,
But
you
right,
got
you
your
got your
Eric Bledsoe,
yeah,
like
Case and
you got
Wallace. And it's
Casey
another one of
Wallace.
those. It's another one of those. It ain't flashy. Oh, Emmanuel quickly. I mean,
Yeah,
Tyrese Maxey played at Kentucky. I'm not tripping, right? Yeah. So
yeah, he did. I love
yeah.
Maxie.
So that's what I'm saying, bro. And I loved Maxey coming out. Like it's these guards at Kentucky that aren't stars, but they go in there. It's grit, it's grind, and it just works. Like
That's fair.
so I just see Kaysen as
That's
another one of
fair.
those, and I think a couple of years ago, Kaysen might have fell to the
Second
15,
round.
20 range, and
He fell
nobody
to the
wants to
second
miss
round
the
a
next
couple years
Maxi,
ago.
bro.
That's stupid.
Nobody thought Maxi would develop into the scorer he is, but they knew he'd be really athletic, really fast, and play great defense, and that's what it seems like Kaysen does. He's not as fast as Maxi, but he's
He's
bigger.
not even as quick as it. Yeah,
Yeah,
I thought.
he's bigger though.
Yeah.
So. We're almost done with the lottery, and then we'll kind of wrap it up because we've been on here. But um, Jet Howard, I hate it. I think we both hate it. I think Jordan Hawkins was the best shooter available.
Yeah.
If all you wanted was a shooter, and that's what you obviously went for, hell, I'd probably even take Grady Dick over him. I mean,
I,
no 100. I don't even know why
yeah.
I said probably. I would. I mean,
So only because he's a shooter, because I don't like him to the Raptors, but I'll get to that when the
yeah, we'll
time
get to
comes.
that. I'm with you there, but when you want a shooter, I think you took the
Yeah.
You took the third or fourth best shooter available. It's just
So
awful. It's an awful
it,
pick.
yeah, especially for the Magic, I think.
Yeah, like what are you doing picking up a guy that can just shoot? You're not winning ball games.
And I'm a Heat fan. That's on record, but obviously I'm a Bron fan. So the Lakers, I felt could have used Jet better, or could have utilized had a
Yeah,
better chance for him. I don't like a lot of people going to the Magic because the Magic just don't know what they're doing if they aren't able to get
that's
the ball in your
obvious.
hands. Uh, but Jet is just not one of the better shooters if you have Jordan Hawkins available. Like
Yeah,
that's
I
just
mean,
what
I'm
it is.
looking at Jordan Hawkins, Grady Dick, Keontae George. I just don't understand a world where guys like
Well, I
Bilal and Jet
because you
Howard
took,
and
I think you should have either took Keontae George or Anthony Black if you were going to take whoever you took at six. So I don't think you take both of them
that's fair. But
because I think
George is just a scorer, man. He's such
I
a
was
good
about to,
scorer.
I think you limit both of their growth if you pick both
That's
of them.
fair. That's fair.
So,
But I would
but
definitely say Grady Dick or Jordan Hawkins if you wanted a shooter. Hawkins for
over
sure,
Jet
man.
easily, yeah,
I
easily.
on this podcast, go back a couple of episodes. We took a huge break, so it was a while ago, but not in episode form. March Madness episode. I love Jordan Hawkins. I said he would turn into a lottery pick off the tournament, and he did. And he's going he's gonna be great for the Pelicans, dude. He's gonna be
He is.
great.
Yeah, I
So
think the Pelicans is good for his development for
yeah,
sure. Like being able to actually get the ball and put it on the ground as opposed to just being a shooter. And I guess that's what the Magic will do because I don't like Jet with the ball in his hand.
no,
I've
he
been
can't
see-
dribble.
I've been seeing Jet since he was in high school because him and my little brother are the same class. So tournaments, like I've seen it, and Jet's a crazy athlete when he gets on a break.
Yeah,
But
right. But he's not
I
getting
don't.
by. He's not really
Yeah,
gonna get by you.
exactly.
He's
He's not
just
putting the ball on the ground to get by somebody, and that really turns him into a spot up shooter. And if he's gonna be one, cool. But I still don't like
but
that.
you got
I
Hawkins
just
on the board, bro. At the end of the day,
you got Hawkins on the board.
they're gonna have to live with that. But you know,
Yeah,
Lively, we're a little split on. I think we both agree
I
that
love it.
I think we both agree that that was the right pick for the Mavericks because there's really no big left there that can protect the rim and shoot. Really, he's the only one in the draft unless you're counting Wembanyama as a big. I think Wembanyama's going to play a lot of forward, but um, yeah, Lively was the pick for them. I'm just not sure he's going to be consistent. I
I
think he
don't.
can. I think he
What's
can
consistent for him though?
shooting.
What's
I don't know if
consistent?
he can consistently shoot 40+% from the 3 point line.
I
And I
don't
think
think
that's
they're
what
asking that for him
you
right
don't think
now.
so. I mean, yeah, maybe not
Right
first
now.
season. Yeah, you're right. I feel like, but will my point is I don't know if he ever will, but I hope so. I mean, because they need a pick and pop guy and a guy that protects the rim. They don't have anybody on the roster that can do it. So, I mean, I think it was the right pick. You have to take that chance.
Well,
I think you're just
for
higher
what?
on him as a prospect than I am.
For what? Hopefully they get it together this off season. That's why Kyrie's there. Luca
Yeah,
need to
I
know how to
mean,
get off the. Luca need to learn how to get off the ball a little more. Like he need to
he
learn how
has
to
to.
take.
He
He got to
has
learn how
to.
to take 6 dribbles instead of 10. Like that.
Yeah, and
Like
he's got
take
to
your
be able to.
dribbles, bro. But
He's got to be able to catch and shoot if Kyrie's going to collapse the defense.
exactly. So, like I think they have to get that part together before they worry about someone who can pick and pop. I do think they have to play this
That's true.
as
Because
a
no matter what,
as
I
a
think
couple
Lively will be
seasons.
able to. Lively will probably be able to pick and be efficient in the pick and roll off rip.
And that's and then on defense, we know that he'll be able to
Yeah,
guard. I think
he
he'll
can
be able to
protect the rim.
guard 2 through 5, but
Mm.
3 through 5 for sure.
I hope. I hope.
And when I say
Well,
2 through 5, I just mean switching
just
off
in a
the pick.
switch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just to the switch, and a 2 guard, not a 1 guard that he's switching
Right.
on. I think on 1 he's in trouble, but a 2 he can stay with for long enough to make the shot hard enough. If he make the shot, he just make the shot. But
Yeah.
I like the pick because I told you I hate Dwight Powell.
Yeah.
I
He's
hate
he's
him.
just not good. Yeah.
And who's the other dude? I can't even. I like Bertez is cool because he's the spot up
But he's
shooter
not
guy.
even really
But
a big. I mean, he's
exactly, and they don't have anyone to actually block shots, contest shots, get boards, or be down there to make a difference of getting a board.
and yeah, I
Even if
think
you don't get
you.
it, like they had to put an
Yeah.
extra body down there, which frees somebody up. Like the I think he could fill that Tyson Chandler role for them when they won the title against Miami.
Yeah,
When
he'll need a
Tyson
lot of
Chandler
weight
was
for that, but
what for
yeah,
sure, but Tyson Chandler is with the Mavericks. Like
yeah,
I think that plays a part. So
that's true.
I love the pick personally.
Yeah, me personally, I think it's more of a I like the pick. I'm not sold on the prospect, but at the end of the day, he's a blue chip guy, so it's not like this is just some random dude. I mean, if he would have produced in college, he would have been a top 5 pick. So
Don't forget, don't forget, Shire put him in a position, not put him in a position to not produce, but put him in a
yeah,
position to not. I think he put him in a position to not get caught doing things that he wasn't the most comfortable doing, if that makes sense.
yeah,
Like,
no, it does.
because shooting
Yeah,
in high school and shooting in college are 2 different things, and it shows in those first few practices and those first few months. So that might have been some shit that they concocted with a couple weeks before the first game started. Like,
Yeah.
okay, bro, this is what we gonna do with you. We gonna do this. We gonna do that. We'll get you lottery. The
Yeah.
rest of that will work on. So I think
Yeah,
that
that's
might have
fair.
played a part in it, but I wasn't there. So
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, no, what you're saying definitely makes sense. We covered Hawkins. We both love him a lot, but so last pick we really should cover for the lottery is just Grady Dick. I personally love him as a prospect. I'm with you. I'm not sure about the fit. I don't know what the Raptors are even trying to do right now. So I don't know. I mean, I hope that
so
the prospect, I hope the talent wins out there and he can still produce, but I'm with you. I just don't know who I would have liked the Raptors to take because I don't know what they're trying to do. I mean,
I
maybe
would have liked
that's
them to
where you
trade
would,
the pick.
yeah, trade the pick or take a guy that could break out and end up being someone you build around. I mean, but at the fort or at
If you
13,
really try to
it's
get rid
a,
of Pascal and OG,
yeah,
you take those two with a pick, and you can get whoever you want.
yeah, or Barnes being in the deal. I don't know. I like.
Or Barnes being in it. Like you can get
I'm
whoever you
personally a
want.
fan of Barnes. He definitely cooled off. Um,
Well,
but yeah,
did he cool off or did he break his wrist?
right. Yeah. I mean, I think more I meant the hype cooled off on him. That was more
I,
of what I was
I
trying to say.
so the hype cooled off because
But he got hurt,
the
so it's not his
media,
fault.
the hype cooled off because the media doesn't respect basketball players. They
What do you mean
respect
by that?
they respect tween, shimmy shimmy, hezzy, step back
That's
three.
fair. Because he's
They don't.
Scotty
Scottie Pippen
he's
should be the point guard. What are we
Scotty
doing right
Barnes,
now?
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Scottie Pippen. My bad. Scottie Barnes
Yeah,
should
no, you're
be
good.
the point, the
Yeah,
the
he's a
the point
playmaker.
guard
You're
right now.
right. I mean, he's a complete ball player. He'll rebound. He's a
He
great defender. He can
he
score
can
a
guard
little.
1 through 5. He can play one. He can play one,
He's
3, 4, 5.
yeah, he's a guy you want on your team. I mean, he's
Like
young. I'm with you. They're kind of halting his
he's
development.
6'9", literally 6'9". He's the actual six
Maybe
nine.
maybe Fred Van Fleet leaving will help him a little, get the ball in his hands a little more. I don't know. I kind
Yeah,
of would have liked to
for
see
sure.
them take. I kind of would have liked to see
I would
them.
have never paid Fred that money, but that's for
Oh
another
no, I
topic.
wouldn't either. Yeah, we'll get you back on and we'll just talk about. Yeah, we could. Me and you could go hours. We have literally we're college roommates. We talked all the time. But
Yeah.
Keontae George or Cam Whitmore, I keep harping on it. I think I would have rather them taken a guy, one of those guys there that have
Yeah,
top
yeah.
8 potential.
Keontae, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Grady Dick was the pick just
Oh my
because
God.
I think Grady Dick can be
Keontae
a
is
guy that
solid.
averages 15 or 16 a game. Not rookie year necessarily. I'm just saying in general. Great shooter, but Keontae George and Cam Whitmore are both guys, in my opinion, that can be the
Ooh,
Donovan
Cam
Mitchell
to
of
the
the
Raptors.
draft or something
Yeah.
like that. It's like just as far as a guy that falls in the draft a little, you're not too sure about, but ends up like they remind you real quick, like we were considered top 5, top 10 picks for a couple years for a reason. And like Michael Porter, I mean, Michael Porter is kind of fallen into a role player, but dude, he can do way more than he actually does. Um, but
Them damn backs.
yeah, and the back, of course. But it's just one of
Well,
those
that, that's
scenarios.
not- that's that's what put him in that role. It was that back.
Yeah. Um, but we can
So
kind of wrap up here a little. But
yeah,
we can
I,
go
I
one more. I know you want to talk about Hami Jaquez, so
oh yeah, for sure. My fault. Real quick on Grady.
oh yeah.
I don't think Grady is the guy that I want to put the ball on the ground,
Yeah, no,
on the
not really.
floor. Like,
But I mean,
I,
you did
and I
say
feel like that's
yourself
the
they
role he's
have
gonna have to.
Barnes,
They do, but I feel
maybe.
like
Yeah.
I don't. You got uh, Pascal is just a human cyclone. So all he want to do is spin.
Yeah, I'm not a
Like
huge fan of
so,
him, but
I'm not a Pascal fan. Kawhi did all that, but yeah.
yeah, whatever.
But I don't. It's when I say it's make or break for Grady, I just mean like it's make or break for if he can be that type of player. Because I think they're gonna put the ball in his hands a little too early. I don't
Yeah,
like him putting the
definitely.
ball on the ground. I don't like him when he put the ball on the floor. I like when he catch and shoot. 1, 2 dribble
And
pull
he's a
up,
sneaky
of
good
course.
slasher. Sneaky good
Yeah,
slasher. But
one,
yeah,
two dribbles.
I'm
If he got to take anything over 5, over 4 dribbles, I am not sold on that. And I'm afraid because of how young they are and how inexperienced they are at other people having the ball, that it'll have to come to a point where he'll have to do that, and I don't like that part of his game. But again, maybe it's like a Derek Lively situation where because he was at Kansas, he didn't have to do that. He just
yeah.
needed to focus on what was, So I'm willing to be wrong on Grady, but I don't like
Yeah, no, that's fair. I like him. I don't like the pick. So kind of the
it. Yeah,
opposite of the last
yeah.
one for me. So, but yeah, go ahead on Hawquez, man. I'll just
I
say
love
quickly,
Hami.
dude, he's an incredible defender, and he's
Uh,
literally what the Heat do. I mean, it's literally what they do. So,
So,
yeah.
but I don't like 4-year players. I hate 4-year
Well, no,
players.
nobody does anymore, really.
Like,
I mean,
right, because I
but
don't
the
need
Heat
you
do.
ready. The Heat do, and we love them because our work ethic and our system is first class. Like,
I mean, it's
you come
working.
here to get better. You come here to be a real basketball player. You don't come here to average 30 or 40. Right? That's
Yeah,
at the end
yeah,
of
and
the
I
day.
mean
That's why
now,
Bron left. Like
right now, and you
things.
can add a guy like Dame, hopefully that can actually
Oh my
get you
God.
30 or 40 if it's actually
Yeah,
needed,
if it's
and
needed.
then yeah, which rarely it is, but in the playoffs it was needed. So,
Right, and with Jimmy,
uh,
he can score you 40, but Jimmy get tired because that's just not Jimmy game to
yeah,
give you
right, it's
40
definitely
on
not because if he gives you 40 on offense, he's not giving you what he's supposed to on defense.
exactly. So I like Hami because he's a pro. Like that's
I truly think
so
he can come in and guard the best player when Jimmy's tired.
yeah. I'm with you when you're right. So like because he played at UCLA and he's from out there, when you get to do the stuff that they do at UCLA, those runs that you get to have against the pros and things like that, like doing that for 3 4 years, and then we finally see a clip of him. Well, first off, we see him make. Obviously, none of us are really a fan of the Pac-12 football or basketball, but you make
They got
all
some basketball
Pac-12.
players though,
They do got some hoopers. You feel me? So like,
and they've got Bo
you
Nix.
shout out to the. Is he an Auburn grad? Did he graduate from
Yeah,
Auburn?
dude, he's an Auburn
Yeah.
grad.
Shout out to the Auburn grad, Bo Nix, man.
Yeah,
Uh, he he's a like he's a 2-time Pac-12 defensive all defensive team, and then he's obviously a player of the year Pac-12 Final Four. Like
he's
the
been there,
when you
man.
talk, he's been there, and when you talk about that, like that's what you're looking for in your basketball player. You're not looking for when you when you're a team that's competing, like you said, you're not looking for somebody who can change the franchise around because you don't need that. You're
Yeah, you
looking for
already have your
somebody who can
franchise.
fit in that can play right now.
Yeah, I think the pick
And
for
he
them
is a
was
3 and D for sure.
yeah, I think the pick for them was Hami or Clowney, and just off the fact of Hami being the better shooter, I mean I like it. I think Clowney can be an excellent defender at the NBA level. I'm not sure he's going to give you
Yeah.
much offensively, but um, yeah,
I mean,
I think
the only other person I would have liked to see us take was Dariq Whitehead.
yeah,
I would have
a
loved to
lot of
see him,
upside.
but the upside and I mean, if you're talking about a young player who has the potential at that pick, I
Yeah,
think
but I
he's
mean
there
at the
because you
same
can't
time,
stick him
like
in on defense.
at the same time, the Heat they just went to the NBA Finals. The East
For
doesn't.
sure.
The East isn't. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think the East really changed much. So who's to say they're not back? And you want a piece like Hami that's ready to play. I mean, he's gonna play from the first day. You're not gonna have to worry about
I
him being
blame
ready.
Darrell White. I blame Darrell Wright
Terrell Wright. Well, I gotta hear why you blame Terrell Wright, out of all
because
people.
we drafted him the year before we won the finals. So the year going into the year we won the finals of '06 with D Wade, it was his rookie year.
True.
He came out of high school. We drafted him. We had went to what, either the second. We either went to the semis or the conference finals the year before.
Yeah.
And so we drafted him, and he just, I mean, who was Durrell Wright? His brother better than him, right? Yeah, like Duran
Was it?
is better than him.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he and maybe he not better than him, but we know
Wasn't
him
there
better.
like there was a bunch of Wrights, like DeLon Wright. I don't know if they were
DeLon,
all.
yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think DeLon was. I think it's just Duran. Maybe it is my fault. It is DeLon. It's not Duran. My fault.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right.
But
There you go.
so yeah, I blame him because that's really the last like young player we took outside of Michael Beasley, and I don't think we should have ever took Michael Beasley because you don't take a kid with his situation and background and put him in the city of Miami. You just don't do it and give him millions of dollars. You don't do that.
Heartbreaking,
He
man.
was the
Super cool
best.
bees,
He is the man. Be's your favorite player's favorite player, bro. I
bro.
love.
He was so good.
I will die on the
God,
hill
dude.
for one that he's the greatest college basketball player ever, not named Melo. Because
Well, I mean, in
you just,
1 year, yeah,
I
in
don't
the
think
one
you
and
can.
done era.
When we talk about
I
4 years,
just,
it's like
well,
Kareem wouldn't have
like
ever went
before the
four
one and
years if
done.
he had to. Right? They wouldn't have ever went 4 years if they didn't have to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, like,
Kareem
yeah,
wouldn't have played JV if he didn't have to. Like
right, right.
he would, or freshman team is what it was called. Like he wouldn't have played that if he didn't have to, but the rules. So like
Yeah,
Melo came in and won a won a natty. He had 33 and 10 in the semis and went bonkers in the natty. And then Beasley come in and Big
dude.
12 player of the year, national player of the
But he was
year.
dropping like
He averaged
multiple 40 bombs in college.
multiple,
Just,
not just multiple 40 bombs. He led the nation in double doubles, didn't he? Am I not?
yeah. And I
I'm not
mean, no, he
mistaken. Am
he
I?
averaged over 10 rebounds a game in college. So, yeah, that would make sense.
So for
Yeah.
sure, you take BPA. You take best player available because
Yeah, and he
who was that?
was
D Rose.
Rose, right? Yeah,
Like
Rose.
yeah. So I get it, but you just don't take a player like that with his background
What is
and say,
what is his background for the viewers?
for the viewers that don't know, I mean, Michael Beasley just had like an actual real rough life. Like him and his mom have had spats. Let me put this on record by saying that I'm only quoting the things that he said on interviews. Like him and his mom have had spats. He's grew up and he that came outside and his furniture had been on the lawn, like on the front lawn when he came home from school one day. Like he'd have woke up and the people that been waking him up to move them out of the house. Like uh, he to he used to have to stay at Fred's house because they didn't have nowhere to stay. Like he grew up in that type of environment, and then he grew
Yeah.
up in. So like everybody talk about he was KD best friend, but they don't talk about what all him and KD went through as far as like KD knowing that he didn't have the best home life and he'd have been to jail before he was a nationally ranked player. He had been to jail. Like so, it's you just don't take that type of kid who finally get his life on track and bring him to the city of Miami.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
That's my personal opinion.
and he
When you
was 19, 18, one or the other. I mean, it's just God, man. I mean, you're seeing these kids get multi-million dollar deals, and a lot of them do come from those humble beginnings, and they just don't know what to do with it, man. And
If I'm not
it's
mistaken, Michael Beasley went to 4 different high schools, bro.
yeah, I feel like I've heard that somewhere. So,
So
yeah,
like,
and probably not by choice like most of these kids are doing nowadays.
yeah, he got in like trouble at one. Some other stuff happened at another. He got, some other stuff happened with grades at another one. Like the stuff that happens in the inner city.
Yeah, no, no doubt. But man, he had some moments even in the NBA, dude. He's just a
And didn't
smooth ass scorer, bro. Golly. Um, but yeah, man. I mean,
be
we pretty
easy.
much covered the majority of the draft. I mean, The only other name that I personally love is going to be Nick Smith. I think they got a steal. I think he can
Absolutely.
be a great spark off the bench for them. He's a Terry Rozier type player, in my opinion. Um, yeah, I think and I'm a sucker for Kobe Brown, man. Big boy from Missouri. He just gets
Hey,
buckets.
he not just a
Um,
big boy from Missouri. He a big boy from your state, man.
no, I know
He a big boy from Bama.
he's from my state of Alabama. I meant as in Mizzou, the school.
I know, I
So
know, I know.
we love to put on for the state. So I call out Big Kobe Brown, man, and the Clippers got him a good one there. I think
Coach's
he could be
son.
very good. Yeah.
I love the shout out that he's a coach's son, man.
He is, dude. He's gonna get in there. He's gonna work, man. Just kind of looking through the second round. Amani Bates got a great ceiling. I don't know if the kid will ever keep his head on straight. We've kind of talked about that. Uh,
Yeah, I'm happy his dad was the LeVar Ball
oh
that
yeah,
everybody,
yeah. He
in
was
my opinion,
actually LeVar Ball.
he
Like
was the
the
LeVar Ball
LeVar
everybody
Ball they wanted
hated
to
him too.
hate. That was him. Yeah. Um. Yeah.
Man,
You've
Leonard
been
Miller
on.
and Gigi Jackson. But that was what I
Yes.
want to say. Yeah, I can't stand what Amani's dad has done to his game. Like I said, I don't like that he did the whole, making a prep school with his son. Like he won, Gatorade National Player of the Year as a freshman. He was going crazy. He needs to improve. I'm a big fan of public school ball. I'm not a fan of academies unless you
Oh yeah.
are,
You already know we public school all the way over here, man.
Cooper flag going
Flag.
to Montverde from Maine is understandable. What is he supposed to do? Go to New York or so? Like I get it. Like if you are already just one of the best kids the state has ever seen, you need to go to a place where you're playing with players who are that caliber.
Yeah, but that's
Where
just a
maybe you
freak incident, dude. I mean, he's not playing against anybody in Maine, and we're probably never going to see a prospect like him from Maine ever
exactly,
again. But
but like
you talk about guys from Alabama and Florida and Georgia and Texas that have good public high school programs, storied high school programs, and they're getting taken over. I mean, it's just a podcast for another day at this point, bro.
right,
I
like
mean,
Anthony
just
Black transferred from his high school and went to Duncanville, which is a public high school in Texas.
yeah, it is.
Like
It's a big one.
so. Uh, I think that matters when we talking about this in the landscape of things. But um, Gigi Jackson,
Dude, Gigi's
bro,
incredibly talented. If he didn't go to South Carolina, he might have been a top. He'd have been a lottery pick. I'll go on. I think he would have been a
so
lottery pick.
I think that's fair and like it's cool, but when we talking about upside, which
Oh
is
yeah.
what the draft does, they
God, dude.
draft based off of upside. We're talking about the youngest player in the draft.
Hmm?
He's supposed to graduate high school a month before he got drafted.
Yeah.
Second round or not, he was supposed
He
to be a high
reclassed
school
last year.
guy. Like
Yeah.
reclass and is head and shoulders better than anybody not named Nick Smith, Cam Whitmore, Dariq Whitehead, and maybe Marcus Sasser.
I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of Sasser, but
I like Sasser not for the Pistons. I like Sasser.
he's a good player. He just doesn't do much to
Don't get
move
me
the needle.
wrong.
I would take GG over him 10 times out of 10.
Ten
I don't
times out
care
of ten,
about
I'm with
fit.
you when you're right. Maybe nine, but I'm with you when you're right. Like I'm like maybe
Yeah.
nine, but I'm with you when you're right. But well, Sasser, if nothing else fails for Sasser, he can make some great money overseas. I think
Oh
that
yeah,
matters.
dude, that's literally what he is, bro. He's just a
He's
good guard, undersized, good
a
guard. I mean,
undersized
I'm
bucket.
surprised he went in the first round, if I'm being honest.
Ah, yeah.
Whenever with Jordan Walsh, Sissoko, Gigi,
To the
all these
Pistons
guys in the
specifically,
second. Yeah,
Andre
I didn't.
Jackson,
Leonard Miller. Yeah, I mean, there's
yeah, Leonard
guys with
Miller
much more upside.
is the one who like Gigi is the one that's like, dude, y'all are wild. But Leonard Miller is like y'all let him get to the second round.
See, for me, the one that's wilding about the second round is Jordan Walsh. I don't understand how
I get that.
Jordan Walsh projects as an elite defender, and everybody knew that even before the summer league. And you're telling me he's
I
not
mean,
worth a top 30 pick? All he has to do is find a corner 3-point shot, and he can start on a lot of teams. Like, and he ends up
yeah,
with the
I
Celtics.
think
Just a perfect fit.
I I for sure think the Nuggets could have used him,
Oh man, yes.
and
God, yes.
like you knew you were losing Bruce Brown.
Which I don't think the
I
Nuggets
mean,
had a. They didn't have a first round.
nah, but
Oh well, they
didn't- no,
traded.
they
They
traded.
traded
Yeah,
for Strother. Strother's a good fit for them,
I mean fair, I
but I
guess,
think Walsh
but
is just as
like
good, if
Walsh
not
is.
better, for them.
If we talking about replacing somebody like Bruce Brown, it will be Walsh. Well,
Yeah, I
that was
think.
what
I
I was.
think.
I thought.
I think
So
for the Nuggets, you got to be able to shoot the ball, and Strother can shoot the hub off the bitch. So I
yeah,
think
I mean
maybe
that's fair.
that's.
But
eh,
do Gonzaga players really shoot the hub off that mug when they get to the league? Like, let's just be honest about it. Corey
Uh,
Kispert ain't hit a. Corey Kispert can't hit a cruise
I mean,
ship
if you
if
consider
he was on an
Nembhard a
oil rig.
Gonzaga guy, he's looked pretty damn good, but in small spurts. I'm sure there's Gonzaga guy. I mean, Rui, he was hitting them bitches in the postseason,
Hey,
but
listen,
I mean,
I just had this debate of my in one of my Facebook messenger groups.
oh
I can only name you 5 players in Mark Few's 25 years of coaching at Gonzaga who are worthy of mentioning, and they still ain't worth a damn.
Adam
You ready
Morrison,
for them? I ain't even talking about Adam Morrison. We got Kelly Olynyk. Who we got? We got Kelly Olynyk. We got
Rui,
Corey Kispert. You got Rui. You got Jalen Suggs. Chet might be the best out of any. Timmy
definitely.
doesn't matter in anything other than college basketball stats.
Yeah,
Timmy doesn't matter. I'm not a fan of him. Never have been.
no,
Uh, who else they got? You see my point? Like Jeremy Pango. That's my. I meant Pargo. That's my boy. I I I I,
Nimhard, but Nimhard was a
I,
Florida
I
guy
messed it.
first.
So what is he really like when we talking about Gonzaga? Like John Stockton is the name we think of. Really, it's Adam Morrison, but it's John Stockton.
Yeah, I mean they're more of just they're a great college program. They don't typically produce elite NBA talent, but I
Are
mean
they
Chet
really a
could
great
change that.
college program? Like
I mean, I'd say so. Just, I mean,
they're
they're
good for the
always
game of
competing.
basketball, but
Yeah, I mean,
uh,
I'd
they're
like to see
always
their schedule be
competing.
better, but
Sorta. I was about to say I want to see them go to the Pac-12. Just go to the Pac-12. The
yeah, I
Pac-12
don't
isn't
get
even
it.
worth nothing. But like y'all in the what they in the WCC? They in the West Coast Conference.
Yeah, with St. Mary's, St. Mary's
Yeah,
good.
like St. Mary's is their competition. Come
Yeah,
on, Mark Few
yeah.
is basically the athletic director over there.
No, you're definitely.
They ain't got a football team.
Yeah, they
Like,
ain't got nothing else. They might have a volleyball team or something. Who knows? But
like, come on. They probably got a hockey team, but
shit, I don't know. I don't watch no college hockey. When we in the South, man,
uh,
I don't care
exactly.
about that.
It's football. And it's basically football or nothing. I just love basketball a lot.
Yeah, I love basketball, man. It's my first love. I love, I love sports in general, but man, this was great,
I want
dude.
y'all to know Zach got a nice drop step and Zach got a nice turnaround over the shoulder. I just want to put that
Hey,
out there
man,
for y'all.
my
I
game
just
at the
want to put
gym
that out
now.
there for y'all.
My game at the gym now is just being a 3-point shooter, man. I just spot up. That's all I can do, really. Everybody's
Hey,
getting too fast for me, man.
I know y'all see my dog with the glasses on. Just know they there for a reason. My boy be picking up downs on the court. That's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm
Right,
saying,
I am
man.
a liability on defense, but that's okay.
Hey. We just hooping. We ain't really
We
out here
just
for
being,
no championships. We just
yeah, no, we just
we got you.
We just see
We
how many
going.
we can put in there.
You feel me? We're going to 11. That's it. We're going to 11 or 15. It's one or the other. So
Facts. But dude, this was great. We'll definitely get you back on. Pretty much anytime we want to just go straight basketball. I mean, we know you can get into football too. Trey played college sports. He played college football and college basketball. He's got the knowledge. He'll probably end up being a regular now that we're really getting back into it. He'll be on here more than once for sure. So hope y'all enjoyed.
yeah.
Next time Rob can actually stay around the whole time. He's always so damn busy, but hey, thanks for
Turn
listening.
up for real next
Peace
time.
and love to everybody. War Eagle and go
Go
Braves.
Canes.
All that, you know. All right. Peace out. Appreciate y'all.
All right, man.